Let's talk about 2025 predictions. I can't even believe we're in 2025. And today is Happy New Year. I am on New Year's Eve. I am here recording. So we're going to talk about, I don't even know where to start in 2025. We have just so much stuff going on with the air and the drones and the fog and the weather. I don't know. It's just like a cluster of Star Wars, like I've been saying. I don't even know where to start. Okay, so let's start here. We do know, and I'm sure you've been hearing about this, is Pluto's moving into Aquarius times. And this starts January 20th, which is very interesting because it's on the same day as inauguration. So I think that's kind of interesting, and it's going to be a very bumpy, interesting inauguration too. I said I would discuss about this. And if you're new to me, I am Vickie Miller, medium psychic energy healer, people for pets, and the author of the book Manifest Anything You Want 30 Days. Host goddess retreats, do a whole bunch of good stuff. So to help you manifest and heal, so make sure to check out my website, vickie-miller.com. So that's fast. So these are exciting times. This is a very exciting time to be alive as we move into this Aquarius times. This means everything, I channel this and everything is going to be flip-flop. The other thing to know is we're moving into a 9-year numerology, which is the endings. So this is the continuing of endings, but I see this as flip-flop when I say that, as Mercury moves into, out of Capricorn into, Pluto moves out of Capricorn into Aquarius times as total different signs. So Capricorn, those of you that are earth and water signs, I'm an earth water, I'm a Taurus with a Capricorn rising and a Scorpio moon. So I have all those elements. We like stability and, earth and nature and groundedness. And we're moving into air and fire. So this is like a total different energy. Pluto has been in Capricorn for so many years. Capricorn's about structure. It's about, having to work really hard and stay constrained and stay in this structure. And that's what I've been saying is all structures are going to be falling down. And that's what 2024 is. Well, we're going to see this more of as extreme as we move forward into 2025 of structures. This means school system, this means the money system, this means the government system. All these systems are going to be falling and collapsing. They already started, but now they're going to be really collapsing big time as we move into space. So Aquarius, so Capricorns are very contained, they like structure, and now we're moving into Aquarius. So Aquarius is total opposite. It's like a flip-flop. It's all like, screw you, I'm gonna do what I want to do. I am free. You try to tell me and put me in a structure, nope, I'm being innovative, I'm going to figure things out, and I'm going to do this free spirit. And this is where the innovation is going to come in. We're going to see so much technology and everything in space. So you want to think we've gone from earth, ground, slow, structured, stability, to fast, to evolve, to AI. Technology is just going to go crazy, and we're going to see space. And like I said, space, you're going to, just like the drones, this doesn't surprise me at all. I've been actually saying this. We're going to see drones, we're going to see UFOs, we're going to see everything in space. And the other cool thing is truth is coming out. So people pleasing years days are gone, and this means truth is coming out. And so looking into the truth, and so I'm going to talk about us as an individual person. We have this collective of 2025 that is structure falling down, systems falling down. And when systems fall down, people don't like it because they actually are used to a certain thing, and then they start fighting. I already been hearing all this about the school system and how, how could they do this and how could they do that? Oh my God, we outgrew the school system many years ago. We've outgrown those systems and those structures, and we've evolved so much, but we've been staying contained and in them in so many ways. When technology's been taken off like crazy, everything else has evolved and grown. Why wouldn't our structures of our systems evolve and grow too, right? And so we're going to see this on a mass level. This is around the whole world. The other thing we're going to see on a mass level is our conscious mindset. So this is the awakening that you could hear many of us talk about, of awakening our intuition, the channeling, the thoughts, the telepathic. We're going to be being telepathic. Everybody is telepathic. Everybody can be telepathic. you know, and they're going to start feeling more. You're going to start feeling more and listening to those feelings. And so this brings me to first the global level. The global level, I was hearing fireworks. I was like, who's here? The global level, we're going to see some rising. There could be some you know, riots, things like that, because anytime structures fall down, people have different opinions, as we already see the division going on right now in the United States, and that's only going to get worse. I do see that there's going to be no middle ground. You're either awakened and get it, or you don't, and that's the two things. And you know, there's going to be two different realities for people too. So don't waste your energy. And on either way, whatever it is, like, you're going to attune and be with the energy of the people that you resonate with. And that's where I see the newness within ourselves. So we're looking on a global level. 2025 is going to change so fast, where 20 years is going to be like a year. A year is going to be like a couple months. Maybe it could even be a month, it could be a minute. I mean, time is speeding up as we know it. Time's only going to speed up more. Technology, I don't even know if the calendar will still be the same. You know, we've been talking about the 13-month calendar, which, if you don't know about this, 13-month calendar, which started way back in the Roman years, way back then, and they used to have 13 months, which would mean it would start every time would be on a new moon and be on a Monday. If we did a 13-month calendar, I do feel we will eventually go back to that. We're going to have to go back to it. So I do see that kind of happening. Holidays are going to start transitioning out of, as they already have been. The family, which is really sad. I do see families starting to like separate or go their own ways. So we're going to also see that continuing. And when that continues, you know, it does arrive throughout the whole entire planet. And this brings me to individuals, to each person. We are going to start living our truth. So this could be, for some of you, if you've been in a relationship or a job or something for a while, and you made a commitment, you know, back to get married, let's just say, and, you know, you were doing it and you've been totally done with it, a year, 2 years, 10 years, whatever it is. But you've been holding it together for the children. You've been holding it together just because this is a rule that you're playing, but really inside you're just not happy. You no longer can you sustain that. We're in the truth years. The truth years means your body and your feelings are going to be speaking to you like crazy. You can manifest getting sick if you don't listen to your intuition and you don't speak your truth. So a lot of masks are going to be coming off. Maybe it's a job you've been in for a while, or maybe it's where you live. What I said is what I'm saying is we're going to have a flip-flop of energy, and you're going to want different. This is all of us. We're going to crave a different energy. So this could be in many different ways. It could be your looks, it could be a haircut, it could be your clothing, it could be your environment, it could be your home, it could be your friends. Definitely, I see a lot of family and friends changing, because you're going to want the authentic, and energy is going to be much more sensitive. So if you're around someone that doesn't resonate with you, you're not going to want to be that, and boundaries are going to go up tremendously too. So allow whatever needs to go, because this means wonderful new things are going to be coming into your life as you upgrade, because your frequency upgrades. Okay, so everything's going to be upgraded and big and loud, and the energy is going to be loud, meaning we are going to be speaking our truth, meaning that voice within you is going to be wanting to come out and speak loudly about how you feel. And if you don't allow your voice out, you will get sick in some way. You could even die, because when we hold on to our voice, when we hold on to those feelings that suppress us, they manifest into some kind of sickness, illness, or death. So I would highly suggest to allow all this out. Now, this could be a mental breakdown for many of you, or a midlife crisis, I should say, because they've been living a lie for a long time and living that role. I'm a people pleaser. I used to be in that whole time with my, marriages. I totally did. I did it for everybody else but myself. And I got married for everybody else but myself. So knowing that we're going to have a lot of meltdowns within that. So you're going to see a lot of things leaving people's lives, including your life. You could really start to see things shift within your life, and it's going to happen fast. That's the other thing, is this year is going to be fast. The money's going to change, system's going to change. People always ask me about money. Do not fear the money. The money needs to go. We're moving from a material to energy. So this means also you're going to start wanting less. I'm already tonight, I'm going through here. Let's talk about this. My biggest advice to you too is get rid of energy that doesn't serve you, because this is a beautiful time. 2025 is going to really awaken your heart and soul and really lift you and motivate you and manifest and quantum leap things really fast if you allow it. So that means those things that are those boundaries, those things that have been holding you back, knowing that everything has energy imprints. So clothing, jewelry, your home's environment, those things around there, the couch, grandpa's couch that you've had forever, and you wonder why you sit on grandpa's couch and you feel him and he was cranky or he had health issues and you wonder why you feel that. Well, it's called energy imprints. And the energy imprints, every time you sit on that, or every time you wear that piece of clothing when you were stressed, or you wear that piece of clothing when you were mourning, you keep picking up that feeling. Well, those things are really going to be speaking to you big time in 2025. So it's really important to get rid of them, to open up space. And this also means internally. This means the internal dialogue of what you tell yourself. I can always tell, and this is a great, if you have children or you have people around you, and I can always tell the dialogue of how they're projecting into the world or into others on what their inner dialogue is. So, if you're in a angry place in life and you're projecting anger on other people, you're not speaking very kindly to yourself. Or if you're, attracting angry people, then that means you're not being very kind to yourself. So this is where it's going to be really important for 2025, because internally, those stories you tell yourself, those feelings that you feel are going to manifest like this. And let's talk about feelings. We are going to feel. And it's very interesting, because in the past we were just really busy. These were people-pleasing years. We were meant to, we wanted that achievement. We wanted that big approval. We wanted that big pat on the back. Think about it, even as kids. What do? If you're a good girl, good boy, you get stickers, you get to move up the level. We get to do this because we earned it, okay? Not just because of who we are, we earned it. And so life for us was earning things and getting that approval. And that meant, when we get feedback, it's like, oh, we're doing a good job. Okay. And we just keep going and being busy. Well, now we're moving into a world of attracting, of actually working with energy to manifest. And it's not an action world. It's actually a receiving world, which is the left side, feminine side is receiving side. So it's changing our energy, checking in with our feelings, because how we feel, we're going to attract. So that means in the morning, if you wake up and you're cranky, you're going to have a bad day. And it's really going to start manifesting in 2025. Things are going to just land in your lap. That bad day could consist of you woke up cranky, you woke up grouchy, and then energetically, this is what you're putting out to the world. So now on the way to work, you're going to manifest and attract more traffic. And then you're going to get mad at the traffic. And then, you get to work and then the boss is screaming at you or whatever it is, because you started this dialogue first thing in the morning with your energy. Our energy, what we put out there, is going to track so much faster than it ever has been before. And so it's really important, if you wake up cranky, go back to sleep or meditate or do whatever you can to get out of that cranky mood and get into your feelings. And that's what I'm saying, is we're going to be getting into our feelings this year, because we're no longer doing the people-pleasing years. We are living authentically, and we're going to put up boundaries. We're going to feel different. Definitely going from, it's a flip-flop. It's like, so Pluto moving into Aquarius times out of Capricorn, it's like I grew up in Ohio. I lived in California. It's like Ohio and California, total different vibes, total different people. They look different, they act different. There's different environment. It's, ocean and mountains, and Ohio's not that. So it's all this different energy, and that's exactly what we're moving into. It's a flip-flop world, and it's just starting. This is for the next 23 years, guys. 23 years. We're never, ever going back. Never going back, okay? So this also brings me to government. I can only say so much here because I like to stay up here. So make sure to go to my podcast, Magical Big U, Vickie Miller Show on Spotify. I can say everything and anything on there, and they can't do anything and take me down because they love to take me down. So I've been keeping up on the truth there. Major things on the drones, the UFOs. There's seriously Star Wars. And we're only going to see more of this in 2025. Think space, like I just said, and also technology and flying cars and military and drones delivering stuff. You know, we're going to get into big time space activity, and it's going to be very active and very noisy. And this is in our crown chakra. So, you know, it's a two-edged sword, because when we're working with this energy, also it's a great time to manifest, create, and have beautiful new ideas, because your crown chakra is going to be open. So you're going to be channeling. Every single person is intuitive, and every single person's intuition is going to be expanding. And it depends if you allow it and if you learn how to work with it. This is so important. Learning how to work with your intuition. I've been teaching for 20 years. Total newbie. I can take to read energy, astral travel, do everything I would do in mediumship, healings, everything. Everybody is capable, and everybody has your intuition, and it's going to be speaking like crazy, and your intuition is 100% accurate. And the indoctrination, let's talk about indoctrination. All of this is leaving. We are pretty much unwinding everything in the truth. And so I do see a lot of truth coming out with the government. I think you guys will be really shocked. Well, some of you will. Most of you that follow me won't be shocked at all, because you guys already know there's a lot of lies there. Everything will be coming out. I do feel the truth will continue to come out. I do see we're going to be seeing Star Wars pretty much. Like they will show you in movies and shows what's going to happen. So yes, I do see that. I even think that we're going to see aliens. You know, I don't know if it's going to be just the UFO part, or if we're literally, they've been here for many years in the government. So I do feel that stuff will be coming out. The truth will definitely be coming out with that. Look at Hollywood. All that truth is going to continue to come out big time with that. Karma's coming back. So karma is, and anybody that's been putting out bad juju, this is the year that you can't do that anymore. The truth, you're going to get caught anyways. And then, you know, this is where the rebelness is going to come in too, where people are going to start, you know, conflict, but just know that karma's coming back. And this is in the United States, the fall of United States. Like I said, I feel that the whole United States structure, states, I know Trump is the mover and shaker. He is the person here to make change. People love him or hate him just by using his word, just by me saying his name. I know I already got a lot of reactions, but he is here to change, to make change. But this is what the biggest thing is. Anytime you put the energy into anybody being that God source, or that change in your life, or the opposite of taking away your power, you're in victim. Nobody's here to save you. You can only save yourself. And the energy that you put around that, no matter who would be president, we each can co-create and do our own manifesting and creating and allowing and reaction to what goes around us. No matter what happens, no matter what shitstorm happens in our life, it's all up to us on how we react. And that brings me to 2025. You know, the attachment, the word is letting go of attachment, and also letting go of time. Time is one of the biggest stressors there are in life. We hold on to time and the old structures and the old way and the old beliefs, the indoctrination, back to that. The old beliefs were, even time was, excuse me, my throat chakra. You know, we would go to school, we'd go to college, we'd get married. This is a belief system. This is indoctrination. This is what we are told to do. And this is what we started believing as society. And then we started agreeing and doing it. So, you know, and then we had time. Oh, you got to have a baby by a certain time. Time, you know, you have to have so much money to retire by a certain time. Oh, a certain age, you retire. Do you see how time, oh, I got to have this house that In 20 years, I remember people asking me in readings like, oh, in 20 years, I plan on having a house in Florida. Oh my God. How do you know in 20 years you're going to want that? So we're no longer going to be in time, and this is going to be really hard, especially for earth signs that like to be structured, that like to have that planning. No longer is planning, because so much is going to change so fast. So the more you can be present, the more you can be in the flow with no attachments. No longer are we going to look for the outside world to make us happy within. We're not looking for those attachments. So the more you can be detached, no matter what happens, be in the flow, the more you're going to elevate and manifest the wonderful things that you do want to manifest. And then that brings me to quantum leaping. We're literally going to quantum leap. So quantum leaping is, in the old days, you would have this goal and you would have this pathway, and you would say, oh, I need to do A, B, C, D, E, F, G to get to this goal, right? And it would take you some time to get to that goal, because that really was your frequency and your feelings, and you thought you had to get to A, B, C, and D. So whatever you believe you have to do, you do have to do. You are always right. If you believe that you have to do all these things to get there, you're right. If you believe you can just jump there, you're right. So is what we're doing now is we're taking out all those steps, because now we know we can elevate our energy and we can be the match of that frequency. We can attract. We no longer run and chase, we attract just by feeling it. And back to the feelings. The more you feel it, and you know this is what's really cool, is your mind knows no different than your reality. It only knows your feelings. So for example, if you imagine something and bringing it into your imagination, it hasn't happened yet, this is the daydreaming, but you imagine it and you feel it and your body's feeling that, right? It's feeling that energy. That is what the universe is matching. So the universe says, you say, hey, I want to, like, what would it be like to have a new BMW? What would it be like? And you go into the feeling like, oh, that would be good, feeling good. Yeah, black one. I want a black BMW. Yeah, I feel that. Ooh, that feels good to have a black BMW. And I'm just putting this out as an example. And you start feeling it. Then all of a sudden you're attracting it to you. You're going to start seeing lots of black BMWs. I'm sure many of you guys have seen this. When we start thinking about a car, you're like, oh, that car just keeps showing up for me. Boom, now you have it. And that's seriously how fast quantum leaping is going to happen. But I'm not just talking through cars, because we're moving into an energy world. We're moving more energetically. We're going to want more peace, more energy, more feeling of embodying the feeling of what we're wanting. And that's what we're going to be moving into, is the elevated consciousness and elevated frequency for ourselves, which is beautiful, which means the outside stuff isn't going to mean very much to us. We've already been downsizing, but it's even going to be more than that. When it comes to, UFOs and aliens, I do see more of that stuff. I've been saying this for a while. One day we're going to be walking down the street and you got a robot next to you, you got an alien over here, and you're friends with all of them. And this is seriously where we're moving to. There is going to be more sickness, and I can only say so much here. I do feel something like the 2020, I do feel that it's already started. Look at the fog and look at all of the weird weather things going on right now. Those are only going to increase, especially this winter time, and especially around the inauguration. It should be very interesting there, because I see some hiccups there going on. And I definitely feel that Trump could try to get an assassin. He's definitely going to try to get assassinated again. I hear try, so I don't think it's going to happen, but I do see some hiccups there within that time frame. I don't know. I just still see some hiccups with that office whether it's sickness, whether it's whatever the plans are. I do feel that there's going to be some plans. Okay. It's already happening. I've already been working on a lot of people energetically doing healings, that I've seen a lot of these sickness. And I will tell you, the thing that I got to help people is the colloidal silver, the nose spray, because the stuff that they're going to be out in the sky is going to be going into us and through our nose. I mean, obviously we can inhale it too through our mouth. And we're going to see a lot more of that. So being aware of that. And you definitely want to listen to my podcast, Magical You, on Spotify, because I go over much deeper on this, because the food is the next thing. Food is, somebody that has the most farmland and that has been making all kinds of fake, disgusting food that's gross and has a whole bunch of injections in it. There could be a lot of that stuff going on. And with that, there could just be more of that going on, and then some shortages and the real stuff going on. I'm trying to say this in a way that I am not going to be taken down, because it's been a while. I've been trying to get this up, and every time I go to get up recording, something happens. So we're doing this here. So I can say everything on Magical You, and if you want the truth on everything, I drop about, gosh, I've been channeling like crazy. I've been dropping like 4 a week on Magical You. So make sure to go check that out. And I'm so excited. My podcast just won. I'm going to a podcast expo because there's 100,000 podcasters, and I'm the top 50% of that 100,000. So, and my podcast is raw, so you will hear things in the background, just so you know, because I channel straight from whenever it's supposed to be. Magical You on Spotify, Vickie Miller Show, because that's where I can be totally open and tell you everything. Because here, not so much. But I do see more of that happening. And did I talk everything? I talked money. Money's going to be changing. Definitely see money in crypto. I think that's going to happen around Mayish, Taurus time. So that probably will happen around then. We're going to see a lot of truths within the celebrity world. That's going to be coming out for sure. Health. Let's talk health. Well, like I said, with the health, I do feel there's going to be another round of, stuff with the winter time. But so biggest thing is like, boost up your immune system. We have this beautiful thing called an immune system. Vitamin D, the sun is essential. And of course, we can't get a lot of that right now because there's weather stuff going on. That is also, I see, going to be a lot. I do feel there's going to be major weathers. So I've been seeing an earthquake in the middle of the ocean, a big, huge tidal wave or wave coming up, especially in the Ring of Fire, Japan, Italy, well, I guess Italy too, Alaska, California. I did not mean to say Italy, but it came out, so Italy it is. San Diego, Mexico, LA. The Ring of Fire goes all the way around there. It's going to be very active next year. Lots of fires, lots of flooding, big waves. Any weather, anywhere. I do feel major weather happening everywhere. So any weather, it is going to be more intense and only continue to be more intense. So if something does come up, then make sure you do listen to it and heed advice, right? I do feel the electric too. This is the other interesting thing, is as we up our vibration or frequency, and as it moves into this whole new energy, we've outgrown our energy grid. So, this is where I feel we could get funky energy. The bankings too, I see some big banks closing. And, a lot of things is digital now. Money's digital, and there's a lot of digital stuff. So I do feel some of this is going to, kind of affect us. When it comes to electric too in the sky, I do see some towers. I mean, I've heard this week was a lot of plane crashes. I have been seeing that. A couple different things that's going to happen is the new thing with the electric. And I feel the frequency and the energy in the sky, especially as we move into this new energy. The planes that are older, they're not going to be able to sustain this new energy, right? It's like I see it as this deep, heavy compression. And so things could be falling out of the sky. We're going to see lights in the sky. We're going to see things we've never even seen. I see like these lights, could be northern lights, but I feel some of these northern lights are not real northern lights. Drones, they're only going to get worse. Those I believe are military too, so you can go listen to my podcast, Magical You. UFOs, there's a lot of weather happening, so we can't see things in the sky. And also, we have major solar flares coming. And plasma. Go check out plasma. Plasma is like fascinating. our whole universe is made up of plasma. I always knew our blood was, right? And I've always seen these orbs that were gorgeous and beautiful. Well, those are plasma, and plasma can do a lot of different things. I went over this in my podcast too about the military flights and the things they're hiding, and they're invisible and all this. So we're going to see all of that even more. But I'm wondering if the heaviness of weather, I'm going to say it like that, it's not all natural. I'm wondering if that is, well, not wondering, I do know that it is to hide some stuff, but I'm also wondering with the solar flares coming in, if it's also kind of like a layer of protection, or there's something up there with plasma too. Like, I don't know if because the plasma is euphoric. It's very energetic. Like when you see that orb, and you'll see these pretty pictures of when you take a picture and there's like these snowflake looking things, but you can see through them. That is plasma, and we're going to see a lot more of those floating around. We're going to just look in the skies. You're going to see all kinds of things. You're just going to look up and be like, what is this, right? That's where we're moving into technology. You know, if you are going into college or school, and college is going to be going to the wayside too as technology schools pop up, or just people doing different jobs. You know, the school system is definitely going to be falling, as I think that we've outgrown that a long time ago. We're going to continue to see that changing, and jobs changing, and new jobs coming in. I do feel also, you know, when it comes to the healthcare is totally going to be changing, as it should be. It's going to get cleaned up and get healthier. There could be some backlash there though too. There's going to be a lot of change within the healthcare system, and you know, a lot of that it's a $1 billion industry. So of course there's going to be a lot of backlash there too as we go in there and clean it up. But I do feel some med beds coming, or something with technology that is going to be helpful within the healthcare system too. And just so much truth and division. That's my only thing that I don't like is you're going to see so much division within. There's no more middle ground. The good things are, though, I feel it's going to be a magical year as far as quantum leaping, manifesting, whatever you want, you can call in and create it. And it's just going to like quantum leap it where we had to wait before. But the biggest thing is to know is you got to change you. You got to change your stories within, because whatever you're saying and feeling and putting out there, if you're positive and happy and love yourself and know you're worthy of everything, you're going to love this year. If you are hard on yourself and judgmental and full of anger, you are not going to like this year. And you want to think of having a mirror in you, and in that mirror is telling the universe everything you're telling yourself, the stories you're telling yourself, the feelings you're feeling yourself, and it's coming right back at you. This also brings me to movement. I do feel, especially by summer's end, many people will move to different places, and you may like love the city right now and it's flip-flop. You're going to be like craving somewhere else, maybe even outside the country. I see a lot of people leaving the countries, especially United States. I feel that there could be a civil war. I mean, there already is a civil war in the United States, and the war is, you know, there is definitely going to be some hiccups there going on with some war stuff, and definitely could be nuclear too. I hate to say that, but it's going to be interesting, because I feel January 20th is going to kind of ripple some of this, like right there. I keep on feeling some kind of big explosiveness, but I feel it's a wave of energy coming in. And then I feel it's literally a waves of energy too, especially out west, and the West Coast too. But I'm trying to think of anything else. My only other thing that has been kind of interesting is animals and horses. I am a pet psychic. I love my horses. I love all animals. But more horses have been getting sick more than ever before. And they have hay. And I've been seeing a lot of contaminated hay. Well, think about things in the air that they say is normal. Coming down, and it's going to be on our food supply too, right? So it's just not the hay, but at least with the dog food and cat food, it's not outside. That's not where they get their source all the time. And I've been seeing a lot of horses get sick or even die, like out of really weird, random things. And I've been seeing it come from the food. And so be really picky on the food, and you know, but that's there again, if it's spraying something in the air, you can't really, I don't know how to do that, because I even thought about that. I'm like, well, if we grew our own food and then we put like a, you know, like a thing around, but it's still going to come up on the sides. I guess it will be better though if you do that, you know. I don't know. I just think that was really interesting too. That was just an observation I've been seeing and been feeling, and especially even right now with all this fog and storms and crazy stuff, and knowing that all that stuff has stuff in the air that we breathe in and can make us sick, can make the animals sick. We have, you know, hurricanes, and after a hurricane, I just went through the Sarasota hurricane, that blows in all kinds of crazy stuff, and it goes into the soil, and there can be bacteria. And the last thing I want to share is water. Water is my concern. So, you know, I've been talking about having water. Water is definitely going to be a commodity. You know, we could have a shortage of water around the whole world. And it could come through like bacteria in it or stuff in it. And be watching the animals. I also feel animals in the water, which there has been more shark attacks and more things. I feel that they are definitely going to be acting out more and becoming more aggressive. And I asked the other day, I'm like, why are they more aggressive? And I've been hearing this. I've been hearing there's shark attacks. There's like alligators have been going crazy. And I mean, yes, people forget about alligators, but you know, I lived in Florida 24 years and I golf around them and whatever. But now I could see them. There's something in the air or a hormone or something, and I feel it's the frequency. It's a frequency. It's tense, it's heavy, and animals are really receptive to this. They're really receptive to energy going around. So don't forget this about your pets too. And your pet's always is a mirror of you. When I do my pet readings, the minute, you know, I can read the owner by reading the pets, knowing that this is also a very volatile time for them too. It's really important for your energy. So the biggest thing I could say for 2025, it's going to be change, definitely change. I think it's going to be fun and magical, and it's about freaking time, especially after we move out of Capricorn, because that was a lot of rough, tough times. And now we're going to just be in this whole new time. I mean, since when could we talk about UFOs and people didn't freak out or even believe it? Now it's like getting to be old news. So we're even going to go move deeper into that. Star Wars is here. It is exciting times, guys. I am starting back on my school, Magical University. So if you want to learn how to read, everything I do online, I've been working online for 20 years, doing readings, healings, energy healings, past life healings, all those things. I am launching back up in March. I have a 6-week course right now called Magical New You online. So make sure to check that out if you want to manifest and clear all that yucky energy of you and step fully into your magic for 2025. So crazy to say that, right? Make sure to check that out, Vickie-Miller.com. That is a 6-week online course. And I'm starting it the day after Pluto moves into Aquarius, because this is that new energy. And I want to pick up that new energy because it's just going to be like fabulous. We're going to feel it. We're already feeling it. We just had major energy, and I'm sure you're feeling it. You could be really tired. You could be, some of you, like me, affects, like I go the other way. I start just channeling like crazy. We had winter solstice, we had the second new moon, the black moon, and then now we're having New Year, and then we're having Aquarius move into Pluto. I mean, that's a lot of cosmic energy, and is what the universe is doing, and is really what 2025 is all about, is non-attachment and living your truth. Your soul purpose. I mean, we couldn't get better than that. The universe is coming here, pushing out things in your life that you've been lying to yourself about. You've been conforming for other people. You've been doing for other people. You've been living this belief system, this way that just kind of kept you small and stuck. So now we're moving into this time that we're going to be speaking up and feeling great and moving through this. And yeah, there could be hiccups and sadness as you push the things away that you thought were good for you and aren't good for you. And as you speak your truth, then once you get into that, everything will start flowing and just happen to jump into your lap. Because when you're living your truth, you're living your soul purpose. Everybody always asks me, what's my soul purpose? Your soul purpose is to live your truth. That's what your soul purpose is. All this indoctrination is to just keep on letting that go, unwinding. And that's what 2025 is about, is our truth. Living your truth. How exciting is this? I wish all of you a magical new year, and I know I'll see some of you guys soon.